Hi guys, like Dr. Clay Ballard here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and your golf game's really been improving. Today I'm going to share a success story with the rotary swing. One of my students that I had in my learning group, his name is Don, and he's really had a great time improving his game and really improved over the last year or so. So Don joined the rotary swing in January of 2012, worked on his own with the rotary swing, got some swing reviews until about July of 2012. And then in July of 2012, he decided to join my learning group, and we started to work together on a weekly basis where he would send videos and I would analyze the videos and give him some things to work on. And in that time period, about 14 months or so, Don dropped his handicap from about a 22 to a 7. So he dropped a significant amount off his handicap, greatly improved his swing, which we'll go over next. And he picked up some serious yardage. He was about an average distance player for a 20 or so handicap. And he got to where, he sent me a few notes saying that he was hitting his 9-iron 150 meters on several occasions, which is about 160 yards. Now, that's a long 9-iron, no matter who you are. And today I want to go over some of the keys to his success. I want to see you guys improve. This is what makes my job enjoyable, when I have students that improve and do really well, and there's certain things that they do that help them to improve. And I know all too often with golf instruction in general, it's just a lot of guys out there telling you what to do. I tell you to swing in this position, swing in that position, but you never really see anybody that's actually improving. You never see anybody that you can relate to. And that's the reason I want to do this video today, to show you that there are guys out there that are making great improvements in their swing, and that you can do it too. As long as you follow the right steps and you take the right process and you focus on the right things, you can really improve your golf game. I wholeheartedly believe that anybody can improve their game very quickly if they do the right moves and take the right steps to improve. All right, so there's two main steps that we took in improving, two main pieces that we did improving his game. So here in the first video on the left, you'll notice that he was taking the club significantly to the inside. So as this club came back, it's going way too far behind his body and to the inside on the way back, especially in the takeaway. And then as he got to the top of the swing, your body knows that it must reroute the club from this position. So if it goes too far to the inside on the way back, it's going to want to come over the top and swing to the left as it's coming on the way down. So it's kind of doing the opposite. It's going back in this way and then looping over the top as it comes into the downswing. And that's a very common problem I see with people that are swinging across the ball, that have a slice, that are struggling with distance. That's called what I call the inside over the top. So they're going inside on the way back, too far inside, and then coming over the top on the way through, and it's causing for some poor contact. So what we did is we worked on him keeping the club outside of his hands. So let's compare the before and after here. In the before, we can see, we'll take the club about waist high. We can see that club disappears behind his body and behind the screen here, significantly too deep. On the after, we go about waist high. His hands and club head are much more in front of his body. So ideally that his hands and club head would be a little bit more in this area, but we're getting to where we're splitting hairs there a little bit. He's a little bit outside, but way better, much better position, keeping the club much more in front of his body and in front of his torso instead of getting it stuck behind him. Now on the downswing, on this picture on the left, video on the left, we can see this, as he's coming through impact, he's swinging to the left across the ball. So here's his club head just before impact, and here's after impact. So we can see that his club is swinging quite a bit to the left, and it's getting a glancing blow. And this is a big issue with higher handicappers. When they get a glancing blow, that you may have the club head speed to get good distance, but you're losing distance because energy is not being transferred into the ball. Now as we come down in his after swing, we can see now he's much more on plane. Let's get rid of all these lines here. So he's swinging to the left on this one. On the right, now he's swinging much more square through that ball. Look as he's coming through, nice and square. If we were to draw a line showing his plane or his path here, he's staying pretty well on plane. So I'll draw this up through his elbow plane. We can see on the backswing, stays pretty close to being on that plane, and on the downswing he's coming down nicely on plane, staying pretty square through that ball. and delivering the club through that ball in a pretty square fashion so that he can be very, very consistent. So that's the first piece that we worked on, and we did that with two main videos and a key here. So the first video was the right wrist in the takeaway. I want you to watch that in the takeaway section on the site. If your right wrist bends, so this right wrist is going to break down and it's going to start bending the club back in behind your body, then you're going to pull that club inside every time. So the key to keeping the club head and the hands where they need to be during the takeaway is in the right wrist. You need to feel like you're very passive with the right wrist. And then the other key is the right shoulder. Watch the right shoulder blade glide video and you'll perfect your takeaway. You'll be well on your way to improving your swing, just like Don here. And the second piece was exaggeration. So as he came to me, he still struggled getting the club inside as we began to work together. And I really told him to exaggerate. If you think you're doing it enough, do it 10 times more. And videotape your swing and check to see, is the club coming inside your hands or outside your hands. So you're never going to know if you're doing it correctly if you're not videotaping, and we'll get to that later with the step-by-step process that I'm going to give you to improve at the end of this video. Now the second piece we worked on in Don's swing was lag and release, and in his old swing here, one thing that he had a tendency to do is from the top he really pushed hard from the right hand. Unfortunately, I do not have a face-on view, but we can see here that he's lost most of his lag. So as his hand's coming in front of his right thigh, a lot of his lag is gone and he's casting this club a little bit. And then as he comes through, just like we talk about in the wide, narrow, wide drill, he's got this chicken wing. So he's the classic narrow, wide, narrow swing shape that you have in a higher handicapper. And if you're interested in what I'm talking about there, watch the wide, narrow, wide video on the site, and that's going to go through exactly what I mean. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at his after swing over here on the right. Okay, so here's the after swing, and what I mean by narrow, wide, narrow is in this takeaway he was getting fairly narrow, wasn't getting this good wide extension, and then as he was coming down he was casting and losing lag. Now you can see absolutely here there's no casting of the club whatsoever in this swing. Club almost hits him in the right shoulder here, and then as he's coming down into a good lag position, if we look at, here's the club in front of us, it's a little bit blurry, sorry that the camera's not a real high resolution, but this club is about right there as his left hand is in front of his right thigh, so he's got tons of lag built up. Now let's go ahead and keep this going all the way into the release, and you'll see that he gets great extension through the ball and really releases this club very, very well. He's lost his chicken wing here. So if you remember in the last video, he had a little bit of a chicken wing. Now he's really got good extension, kept both of those arms dead straight, and released the club very effectively. Let's take one more look from the down the line view and check out this chicken wing action. Alright, so lastly, let's look at this release again from down the line. And as I mentioned before, this is his before swing. He's swinging to the left across the ball. He's getting a narrow release instead of a long arms release. And his left arm is breaking down because his right arm's pushing it across his body. And he gets this chicken wing that we'll see very often in most high handicap players. This left arm's breaking down and is forced to get out of the way. Now his hands are about waist high here. As we go into his after swing, you notice now he's getting great extension that we just watched in that last video. Now his hands are about waist high here, and you can see they're disappeared behind his body because both arms are still straight. And you'll notice as he comes through, now look, his hands are poking up over his left shoulder. Let's go to shoulder high here on the left, and you can see the massive changes, the massive differences. Here this left arm's broken out, it's been pushed out of the way. Where here it's on plane still, and this club is releasing effectively. So that's lag and release. So again, the wide, narrow, wide drill is going to walk you through this. It's going to help you to get a ton more distance so you can start hitting your 9-iron 160 yards like Don. I can't promise everybody will do that, but he had some great success doing so. Okay guys, so as I promised, I'm going to give you my secret to success and what I've found has worked best for students, and this is something that I developed working with students in the learning group to try to help them improve as quickly as possible, and I found it to be extremely helpful and successful to those who follow this process. And I want you to follow this process for any move that you try to improve in your golf swing, anytime you're trying to do anything. Now, the very first piece, and often what people skip, is what is the real problem? Now, this sounds very commonsensical. You know, I know tons of problems. If I look at my swing, I can identify 30 or 40 pieces that I need to work on and improve so that I can get better at golf. Everybody can say that. Even professional golfers can say that. But the key is, what is your main problem? What's the main issue? And the best way to find this out is to submit a swing on the Rotary Swing. You get 2 free swing reviews with your premium membership every month. So you pay your premium membership, which is roughly $12 a month, and you're going to get 2 swing reviews where a certified Rotary Swing instructor is going to pinpoint your issue, your main issue that you need to focus on, so that you don't spend a lot of time working on things that don't typically matter that much. You don't want to focus on things that are going to barely lower your handicap when there's other things you can work on that are going to improve your game greatly. Once you've done this, you need to find the solution. Again, sounds very common sense, but it's tough to do sometimes. There's so much conflicting information out there. It's really tough to figure out what's right, and that's where you want us to, again, to identify the problem. And in this review, we're going to help you out by recommending specific videos that are going to go over exactly what you need to do. So that's a great thing about the Rotary Swing, is we don't give any conflicting information. It's one single process. You're not going to have the contradictions that you are when you go out and you're searching for answers on your own. So we'll give you this solution. Third piece, the most important piece, make it look good on camera. And that's where everybody gets off track, is they want to improve this move right away, and they start to ingrain the new movements. They start to go out and hit a lot of golf balls or to play rounds of golf. They're putting in a lot of hard effort and hard work, but they're not getting the problem fixed before they start to put in that hard work. So the third piece, I want to make it look good on camera. I'm going to videotape my swing while I'm practicing. I'm going to videotape every single swing if I need to, and look at it until I get it just like I want to, and then I'm ready to ingrain, which is the fourth piece. Now, for those of you that are Rotary Swing members, you know that it takes around 3,000 to 5,000 repetitions to ingrain a movement, right? So if I want to fix my takeaway, I need to first figure out how to do that. We talked about how that's the right wrist and the right shoulder, and then I need to make it look good on camera. I'm going to fix those. I'm going to tape my swing and say, okay, that looks good on camera now. It's exactly where I want it to be. Now I'm ready to ingrain it. I do my 3,000 to 5,000 repetitions, and then I'm ready for the results. So previously to the first 4 steps, you should not be looking for results first, and that's confusing sometimes. People will go out and they'll actually be improving their swing, but in the short term, maybe they're not hitting it as good. Their timing and tempo is off, and they think to themselves, well, the results aren't there. I must be doing something wrong. Again, that's where we want to go to the video camera, check to make sure we're doing these things right so we have physical evidence, and then just keep on working through it, and you'll be amazed after you do the ingraining step how easily the results come. So follow these 5 steps. This is the real key to improvement, and you can put this on any area of your game and you'll improve absolutely as quickly as possible. Don't go straight from number 1 to number 4 and skip number 2 and number 3, or vice versa. Start mixing these up. If you do these in order, you will improve very quickly. Okay, so if you're joining us on YouTube, I want to give you an opportunity to get started off in the right foot, just as Don did, by fixing your takeaway and improving your takeaway so that you can get a much more consistent swing. What I'm going to do in the bottom right, I want to attach a video of the right wrist in the takeaway video. So I'm going to attach that video here. You click this link, or if you're watching in a mobile device, you'll need to click the link down in the description. That's going to allow you to watch the right wrist in the takeaway video absolutely for free when you sign up for your free membership. I look forward to seeing you guys on the website much more in the future. Good luck with your golf game. I know you all can improve out there, and I look forward to working with you a lot more. So good luck. I'll see you soon. Now it's time to take action. Don't let another year pass and still be frustrated with your golf game. This is your year to beat all of your friends. Go to the description below and click the link to sign up for your free membership. It will never cost you a dime, and you'll receive over 2.5 hours of detailed, eye-opening video lessons. Plus, you will be able to see the remainder of this video, only available if you click the link on this particular video. Be the first of your friends to join our 40,000 plus free members. We look forward to having you on our team.